Outstanding. Outstanding. When you come in as a third party operator, what are some common areas for cost leakage, and what are some of those easy areas for folks to improve upon? I don't want you to give away all the secret sauce.
Yeah. That's I'm gonna have to make everybody that may watch this sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, because this is proprietary. No, I wish. I mean, everybody, every management company brings in their own, has their own way.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, and that way is kind of dictated or designated by the character or the characteristics of the owner or the CEO or the people that are in charge of creating and building the culture. Some of the easier things some of the things that I really focus on initially is going to always be people. Kind of a borrowed concept from Marcus Lemonis from the show The Prophet, people, processes, and plans. I want to make sure that our human capital is the right human capital, that we're paying the right people, the right kind of money, and they have the right type of experience to be able to execute their jobs and their roles based off of the expectations of Synergy Hospitality Group and the ownership of the property if we're not one of the owners or managing partners. The second thing is processes. A lot of the time, especially in small and tertiary markets with smaller properties, you find hotels and hotel owners that don't understand processes because they have never managed formally for another company. They've always owned and managed for themselves or their family. So there's no formal training, and you don't learn how to manage hotels in college. So to all of my brothers and sisters that have that Cornell mouth, if you've never done it, you don't know how to do it. You may understand the numbers on the spreadsheet, and no offense to anyone, but I mean, until you've actually tactically done it and orchestrated a turnaround, right, most of what you're talking about is theory. Lastly, I look at basic cost savings from a utility standpoint. Are we wasting electricity? Are we wasting water? Are we, could we, if we have rooms that are down, what's our weekend strategy? From an expense standpoint and cost control standpoint, and then you go to plans. There should be a service plan. Your service is the most important thing in the building that costs you nothing. And it can make you the most money. Service brings people into your building. Reviews and positive reviews and happy employees bring more customers and clients to your building. Not just a lower price, not just a more competitive market standing, not even a renovation. I've run Generation 1 courtyard properties in Tier 3 markets that ran high 80s, low 90s guest satisfaction, and those hotels beat out brand new, newly renovated hotels in the same market in the star reporting. With an average on the year of 125, 130% RevPAR index.
Wow, that's incredible.
Service and the execution of it, and having a solid plan. Looking at the P&L, and of course, wages, hours and wages are important. You want to trim the fat where you can. Do you have too many positions? Do you have too few? Understanding where the pieces go. But a lot of times, if you've never worked in different eras of our industry, and I mean times, there are different time slots that we had different focal points in our industry. And predating myself back to the mid to late 90s, one of the things that I learned was that we had so many opportunities, like with the Links program. A lot of people don't know what Links is, Lynx. Links program was something that Marriott did to actually streamline their operational process. It was a a very similar program to what Weingartner and Hammonds did, which Weingartner and Hammonds probably, in my opinion, one of the most successful full service management companies and ownership groups that I've ever seen, based off of the way that they ran really big hotels, very lean and very efficiently with great leadership.